those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. 4. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Recompense, recompense, recompense. Okay. So there are areas we will see in the ministry of Jesus. Within all that, then look at Isaiah chapter 9, verse 1 to 6. Actually, read to verse 23 when you get home, and I will stop at verse 6. Nevertheless, the dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation, when at the first he lightly afflicted the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, and afterward did more grievously afflict her by the way of the sea beyond Jordan, in Galilee of the nations. The people that walk in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them had the light shined. Thou hast multiplied the nation and not increased the joy. They joy before thee according to the joy in harvest, and as men rejoice when they divide the spoil. For thou hast broken the yoke of his burden, and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor, as in the day of Midian. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. For unto us a child is born, and unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. So what is the significance of Luke 4:18 to this? Jesus took away the vengeance portion. Now, when he removed the vengeance portion in Luke chapter 4, he added something from Isaiah 58 verse 6. Isaiah 58 verse 6. Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke. He read that together with Isaiah 41, to let the oppressed go free, to set at liberty them that are bruised. So when he read Isaiah 61, he added Isaiah 58 verse 6 and Isaiah 41 to give us that combination in Luke chapter 4 verse 18. So he edit this and added something else from Isaiah 58. He removed the day of vengeance and added something else from Isaiah 58. Now don't forget, they are not in chapters and verses. Isaiah is Isaiah. So we have a few things he addressed here. He addressed the poor, the blind, the brokenhearted, the captive, the blind, and the oppressed. Why did Jesus remove the day of vengeance? Now go to Isaiah. Remember, Isaiah is interpreting Moses. Isaiah is interpreting Moses. Isaiah 61 verse 3. Isaiah 61 verse 3. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. Which is usually called in the Old Testament as the day of the Lord in the Old Testament. So he's referencing somewhere. Where is he referencing? Deuteronomy 32:43.
Rejoice, all ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. All ye nations, all ye Gentiles, look at the sarcasm there. Just like the sarcasm in Psalm 47 verse 1. There's a sarcasm in Psalm 47 verse 1. Clap your hands, all ye people. Shout unto God with a voice of triumph. There's a sarcasm there. Here he calls them adversaries. Is the word TSAR in the Hebrew, sir. Those who make things difficult. So Isaiah is referencing a statement for the Gentiles. But in Isaiah 60 verse 1 to 3, you have words of God's grace. God's grace means where he brings in those who were excluded. That's the meaning of God's grace. Where he brings in those who were excluded. So Jesus edits vengeance and puts the one for the oppressed in the place of vengeance. So he doesn't talk about the vengeance, but he talks about the oppressed being let go. Look at Isaiah 34 verse 1. Are you following? 34 verse 1. Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken you people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. Come near and hear. Isaiah references it again, but Jesus goes silent on vengeance. Remember, he is with a mixed audience of Gentiles and Jews. Then Luke is writing to a Gentile Theophilus. Luke is addressing a Gentile in the book of Luke by the name of Theophilus. He's writing to a Gentile audience. Jesus himself was coming for the Gentiles. How do you know he was writing to Theophilus? Luke 1:1 to 4, Acts 1:1. He was writing to a Gentile by the name Theophilus. Look at Luke 7:22. Pay attention. Luke chapter 7 verse 22. Then Jesus answering said unto them, Go your way and tell John what things you have seen and heard. How that the blind see, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, to the poor the gospel is preached. Remember, Jesus is not quoting, he is teaching.